Have you ever just looked around your apartment and wished for a little more life, a little pop of green? Well, what if I told you that having your own indoor garden, even in a teeny tiny space, is not just some far-off dream? It's actually easier than you've ever thought. Today, we're going to walk through exactly how to turn your home into your own personal green oasis. Let's dive in.
I mean, just picture that for a second. Coming home, and instead of digging through the fridge for that week-old parsley, you just snip some fresh stuff right off a plant in your kitchen? This is about more than just plants. It's about creating a space that feels alive, that feels healthier, and that literally gives back to you. So yeah, let's make that happen.
So, the big question is, how do we get from that amazing vision to the reality of, apartment life? It really starts with being honest about the challenges we're up against. It's a story I think a lot of us know all too well. You have this grand idea, and then, well, reality hits. On one hand, you're dreaming of this green sanctuary, right? Fresh air, your own homegrown food, better vibes all around. But on the other hand, what do we actually have to work with? Low light, air that's bone dry from the heater, and just no space. This is where so many people's gardening dreams just wither and die. But not today. We're going to solve these problems.
Okay, let's get into the practical stuff. Getting started is not about going out and buying a ton of gear. It's about making a few really smart decisions right at the beginning that will set you up for success down the line. Think of it as building the foundation of a house. Let's break it down.
Feeling a little overwhelmed already? I get it. There are a million options out there, so let's just cut through all the noise. Your success, your thriving indoor garden, it all boils down to answering just 3 simple questions. These answers, they're your personal roadmap.
First up, what's the point? Seriously, what's your why? Are you dreaming of making pesto with basil you grew yourself? Or are you just trying to make your living room look amazing and maybe clean the air a bit? Growing food is awesome, but it's a bigger commitment and needs more light and more attention. On the flip side, a lot of beautiful houseplants are tough as nails and will forgive you if you forget about them for a while. All right, choice number 2. How are we going to grow these things? You've got the classic method, good old soil. It's cheap, it's what we all know. Or you can go soilless with hydroponics, growing plants right in nutrient-packed water. And get this is where it gets really cool for apartment dwellers. Hydroponics can give you up to 30% faster growth and uses 90% less water. That is a massive advantage when space and resources are tight.
And now for the final piece of the puzzle, and honestly, the biggest one for most of us. Where? This is the ultimate apartment challenge. You can line up pots on a windowsill, sure, but that space runs out fast. The real game changer is thinking up, not out. Think vertically. We're talking about growing 30 plants in a footprint that's maybe 2 square feet. Seriously, a whole garden in a space smaller than a welcome mat.
Okay, if you only remember one thing from this entire explainer, please let it be this. The single biggest reason indoor gardens fail has nothing to do with watering or feeding or anything else. It is all about the light. Here's the hard truth. Our eyes are liars. A room that feels bright and sunny to you can feel like a dark cave to a plant. They might be getting just enough light to hang on for dear life, that's survival mode, but they are nowhere near getting enough light to actually grow and be happy. So we're going to stop guessing and start measuring. You can do this in literally 30 seconds. Just pull out your phone, download a free light meter app, and stick it right in the spot where you want to put a plant. Take a reading in the morning, noon, and afternoon. This one simple step will change everything for you, I promise. Now you've got a number. You have data. You're not guessing anymore. And with that number, you can just look at a chart like this one and find the perfect plant. Got a dark corner that only gets 300 lux? Perfect for a snake plant. A nice spot near a window hitting 1500? Your monstera is gonna thrive there. This is so important. Match the plant to the light you have. Don't try to find light for a plant you want. Okay, once you've nailed the light, you've honestly cleared the biggest hurdle. The rest of the stuff gets so much easier. So now let's quickly master the other key ingredients: water, air, and, of course, food.
You know that feeling in the winter when the heat is just blasting and your skin feels super dry? Well, your plants feel that 10 times worse. Our homes can drop below 20% humidity, but most plants want to be in a tropical paradise of 40 to 60%. But the fixes are easy. Just cluster your plants together, put them on a tray of wet pebbles. Simple stuff makes a huge difference.
Now, if you are going with soil, you got to remember that not all dirt is created equal. A lot of people think dirt is dirt, right? Nope. A good potting mix is a carefully balanced recipe. You need stuff for drainage, stuff for holding moisture, and stuff for nutrition.
It's a whole ecosystem in that little pot.
Okay, listen up, because this is the #1 killer of all houseplants. It's not a pest, it's not a disease, it's too much love. It's overwatering. You think you're helping, but constantly wet soil literally suffocates and rots the roots. And once that happens, it's often game over. A thirsty, underwatered plant looks sad, but you can almost always bring it back. A drowned plant? Much, much harder. So when in doubt, let it dry out.
And finally, let's talk about food. A plant in a pot will eventually eat up all the nutrients in its soil, so you have to replenish them. A super simple rule to live by is to feed them about once a month when they're actively growing. That's spring and fall. In the winter, they're mostly sleeping, so you can let them be.
All right, everything we've covered so far is the foundation of indoor gardening. But now let's talk about the upgrades, the tech that makes all of this almost foolproof, even for the busiest, most forgetful people out there. This is where your garden gets smart.
So what the heck is a smart garden? Well, think of it as your personal robot gardening assistant. It's a system that handles the tricky parts for you. It turns the lights on and off, it waters on a perfect schedule, it basically removes all the guesswork and anxiety that causes us to fail in the first place. And of course, that device that's already in your hand or your pocket is your new secret weapon. There are apps now that will remind you when to water, that can identify a mystery plant from a photo, and even diagnose diseases. It is literally like having a botanist on call 24/7.
Okay, we have covered the big choices, the science and the tech. We've laid all the groundwork. Now it's time to bring it all home and actually get you started on this journey.
And I really want to be clear about this. The goal here is not to have a perfect Instagram-worthy jungle tomorrow. The goal is just progress. That's it. So start small. Buy one easy plant that you know for a fact matches the light in your chosen spot. Just one. Learn its rhythm, see how it feels, and build your confidence from there.
Think of everything we've talked about today as your launchpad. It's the framework. But the real adventure, the real fun, is the discovery part. It's finding out that, hey, that mint plant loves my kitchen windowsill, or that Azizi plant is perfectly happy in that dark corner I thought was a lost cause.
Your apartment isn't just 4 walls and a ceiling. It's a unique little ecosystem. It is a blank canvas. So the only real question left to ask is, what are you going to grow first?